Hey there, fellow watchers. It's that time of the week again. It's Born to Watch, and we've got a cracker this evening. It was 2008. I was a lowly video shop owner, as was one of my co-hosts. I got a message from a very good friend of the podcast, one Adam Grant Goober. And he went something like this. I've just seen Taken. You're going to need 50 copies of this fucking movie for the video shop. And with that simple sentence, the legend that has to become Taken was born. Tonight we take a trip to Paris and watch all hell break loose. As a father, this movie resonated with me instantly. The premise: child is kidnapped, father springs into action. But as an 80s and 90s kid, it was the unadulterated action that filled my heart with joy. As this movie was something that we had not seen for almost 2 decades. G-Man, welcome to Taken.
Good evening, boys. Great to be here again. Yes, Paris. Pretty dangerous place, apparently.
Apparently so, very dangerous.
But not if you have a handy dad.
No, well, they kidnapped the wrong person, there's no doubt. Out of all the millions of people.
Revenge will come.
Yeah. Damo, welcome again.
Yes,
Becoming quite the... more than visitor to the podcast.
Well, this is 3 in a row. Is that a hat trick? Is it a turkey? What is it?
It's something.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of...
I think
Did you start leaving a toothbrush?
Well,
it's in there.
I did notice there were some tampons on the counter.
Yeah, they're mine.
Yeah.
Sprung.
Now, I just before you start,
Yeah.
I think this is your 10th episode.
I think it is. Well,
Milestone.
it's either 10th, but I did do 2 lots of calculations. One came up with 10, and then I did another one that came up with 11. I'll have to go for a third time and then just confirm.
10 and a half.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
But so I feel my role on Board and to Watch is on a similar trajectory as that of Gunther, the bleached blonde Central Perk barista in Friends.
Good old Gunther.
Yeah, because you know how he sort of just started off just a couple of things in the background, then all of a sudden a few more lines. And then he even got invited to Monica and Rachel's house once for a game of something. I remember him sitting in the lounge room. So, yeah, I think I feel a bit like Gunther.
The quintessential cuck.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the corner while...
Yeah, how good is he?
He was...
Well, that's me, because I'm sitting here with Joey and Ross or Chandler, I'm not sure.
Joey and Ross. Who's who?
Oh,
sorry. That's
yeah.
Sorry.
Because Morgs needs to be... He could be one of them as well. He could be Schwimmer.
Well, Dan, please, Dan. Gow's obviously Joey.
Yeah, probably. You'd probably
Obviously,
be Chandler, and then I think Morgs might be Ross.
Morg's got some Ross vibes.
Yeah, and then I'm Gunther.
Who are you talking about?
That bloke that's normally here.
Oh, yeah, Dan.
Yeah, the guy
Still
on the
haven't
land.
found him.
No.
Still haven't found him.
No.
Mate, he's gone walkabout.
He is. He's gone walkabout.
He's got a pretty big property up there. He could be out in the land. He could be fixing fences.
He's either he could be an acre 3 or 4.
Yep.
Yep.
He's reinventing himself.
He is. He's gone full method after Wake and Fright.
He has.
Oh, right.
Mate, he might be in an outback town somewhere playing 2 up.
He would be.
Just getting on the cans with the locals.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to set the over and unders sort of relatively lowish. 2008 movie, 15 years old. We're going to set it at 15. We're going to start with you, Gow. Over and under.
I'm under 15. I'm around 10, I'd say. I didn't see this one right away when it came out, but obviously heard a lot about it. Was late to seeing it, but gave it a few good watches after that. It's certainly a good action movie.
So you are under.
I'm 10.
Okay, excellent. 10. That's very, very specific for you, Gow. Well done. Damo?
Yeah, look, shock horror, I'm under. I'd be at 5.
Okay, wow.
So in dog years, I'm over.
It's 30.
Yeah, using the equation, the quadratic equation, or whatever we use, Pythagorean theorem.
Yep.
So, but 5. And 2 of them, well, one of them was just this week, but I did watch this maybe a month or so ago. I thought, I haven't seen that for a bit, so I checked it out. So
5 watches. This must be a special movie.
Oh, look, I basically can recite it word for word.
2 in a year.
Yeah, I know.
2 in a year.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Saying a lot considering that you did say that you'd seen Star Wars 20 times.
More, it would be over 20, but yeah, that's right. That's right.
Look, I'm well over this. I could be 30 times I've seen this. I watched this a lot in the video shop. It was a late night, whacking it on Saturday night at 9 o'clock for the last hour. No one had come in the shop.
Yep.
I just add late fees to people's accounts and
And what's taken?
Extended rental fees.
Absolutely.
Because late fees had a negative connotation.
Massive connotation.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the debt collecting?
Only if they came in.
But I mean, like, did you ever send any letters out?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I sent letters in the end.
Does that help at all?
It helped confrontation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We enlisted a third party to collect late fees and people would say, I know people would say to you all the time as well, Dame, I'm sure that, oh, you must make so much money on the late fees. And I go, yeah, for every $1 that I return that I get in a late fee, there's another 10 that goes on the late fee bill.
Yep.
So it's a 10-to-1 return that I don't get.
But they don't actually get it. It's more than one DVD being late. It's one customer who comes in to find, I want taken. Oh, they're all gone.
Yeah.
And there's 10 of them that are late. Oh, you don't have them? Well, I'm going to go to some other video shop then.
And never come back.
And that's right. So it's bigger than one just missed rental. It's a customer.
So does that happen often? Well, did that happen often that you would, like, I mean, you're missing a movie. How many copies would you have of a movie? Say 10 copies, and then they're all out? Or
yeah. So it
could
was
often be all out?
What used to happen, Dame and I probably got two different stories on this, but say, for instance, with Taken, I did have 50 copies of Taken. This was the last movie that I remember there being windows. There was a 3-month rental window on this movie, which meant that it couldn't go to retail, couldn't be shown anywhere. We got 3 months of the only place you could see Taken was at the video shop. And this worked brilliantly because, as I'm sure we'll get deeper into the podcast, that no one thought this movie was going to be any good, right? So when it became this hit, sleeper hit, and it had a very short run at the cinema, people were just fanging for it to be on DVD, and it rented its tits off.
Yep.
It was... This and The Dark Knight are the two movies that I refer to both in the same year. That were the two movies that I seriously recall there being such a want for these films. Like, I had 65 copies of The Dark Knight, 50 copies of Taken, and I was taking reservations on a Saturday afternoon because all 50 were out.
Yep.
And then we would be getting them and none would go on the shelf.
No.
So it would be 50 in, 50 out, 50 in, and that went for like weeks.
Just shows you how big those franchise movies are.
Mate,
like,
well,
it's crazy.
I guess people were. It was so different. It's funny you can say it was groundbreaking because it wasn't by any means, but there hadn't been a movie like this for almost 20 years. Like, you've got to go back to Steven Seagal, to this kind of action, really violent film, like bone-breaking. Like, he shoots a guy in the back. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is super violent, and it's a quick movie too.
Yeah, 93 minutes.
Yeah,
and you know what?
The fires through because it's all action.
The first 28 minutes, you can have it. The next hour and 5, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they set it all up pretty quick, don't they, in the movie, and then bang, it's on.
Yeah, they do. Anyway, let's listen to the trailer.
Dad!
Oh, my darling. Happy birthday.
Dad, guess what? You know my friend Amanda?
Yep.
Her cousins asked us to spend vacation with them in Paris. I really, really want to go. Hi, Daddy.
You were supposed to call me when you left.
There's someone here.
What?
Oh my God, they got Amanda. Dad, they're coming.
All right, listen to me. Go to the next bedroom, under the bed. Tell me when you're there.
I'm here.
Now, the next part is very important. They're going to take you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Where are they? If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it.
You have a 96-hour
What?
to never finding her.
No.
But if you don't, I will look for you. Where is she? I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.
There we go. Don't you just want to grow up to be Bryan Mills, just cleaning house?
Millsy.
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 Millatron.
Not Rob Mills.
No, well,
Although he did spend some time in Paris.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even write that down.
Yeah. So for those that don't remember that,
Rob Mills from Australian Idol.
when he was in the top 10, Paris Hilton came out, did some sort of thing. And
She was here for Melbourne Cup or something, wasn't she? She was at one of the...
And Millsy was at the same thing, and everyone was all over him, and she picked
him up.
Yeah.
picked him up, and
One night in Paris.
Yep.
Again. We've mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah,
now.
it was last week with Rick Solomon in Molly's game.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right. Rick Solomon. What a guy. Okay, Gow. Tell us about Taken.
Okay. They took his daughter. He'll take their lives. After reluctantly agreeing to let his 17-year-old daughter, Kim, go to France with her best friend, Bryan Mills is horrified to hear that she is kidnapped by an Albanian gang, whose specialty is prostitution rings. With only 96 hours to go before he'll never find her again, Bryan rushes to France to save her. As a former CIA agent, he has all the skills necessary to rescue her, if he can only find her.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what the movie is.
That's it.
It's pretty incredible that all this happens in it's essentially in 96 hours this whole movie happens.
Yeah.
Does he sleep?
Even less.
I don't see
No.
him eat, sleep, or shit.
No, he doesn't appear to sleep in the whole thing.
No.
Does it go the whole 96 hours?
I
don't think it
gets
goes
in under
all the
time.
way.
I think he's done it in a day, or he's got a bit of time to spare.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think he
Maybe.
might have 2 nights. He's got 2 nights because
Yeah.
he does the night at the blanket brothel, and then he's got his night at the mate's house
Yeah.
for dinner.
Yeah.
So I think that's not the same night. I don't think.
I'll tell you what, he'd be good for Morgs' events, wouldn't he? He can get things happening. He can get
can.
on a plane to France in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
He can get his mates on the phone
Contacts. Yep.
and find out
Names.
about the gangs.
he's a facilitator.
Very much so.
Yep.
He's a facilitator. There's no doubt. Okay, critical thinking. Taken rates 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb and has a 59% tomato meter score. I reckon that's super low, but it's got an 85% audience score.
Okay.
So the critics weren't huge on this movie, and I've got a couple reviews here which will sort of maybe tell us why.
Yep.
We'll go the good review. We've got Stephen Ray of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Don't get it mistaken with the National Enquirer.
Mm-hmm.
A fleet, no-nonsense rescue thriller from the crackerjack French director Pierre Morel. Taken is satisfying, 1, for the Gaelic gravitas of its star, 2, its slam-bam chase scenes and bone-snapping martial arts, and 3, the scenic backdrops of Paris.
Oh my God. The scenic backdrops of Paris.
At night, Paris by night.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, good. I don't remember that many scenic shots. Maybe there was a few in there.
There were none.
Yeah.
There were no real except the
On the
end
river?
chase
The
scene
River
on
Seine?
on the Seine.
Yeah, on the Seine, yeah.
Yeah.
Off the bridge.
Do you know where Notre Dame is?
Yeah, mate,
Yeah,
of course.
of course,
I've
yeah.
been there. Morgs
Yeah.
and I have been there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
one
sure
of
you
Morgs'
have.
mates just lived the island.
Oh,
off Notre
that's
Dame.
right. He did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right there. So anyway,
Was he Albanian?
might have been. The bad review, Deborah Ross of The Spectator. Doting dads are doting dads, I guess. And there is just no stopping him, which is a shame, as what follows is a big sorry mess of the most cliched, improbable, and xenophobic kind.
Oh, get lost.
Do you know what I laughed? Because there's quite a lot of reviews that talk about xenophobia, because obviously the baddies are Albanian. It's in Paris. And so I was just like, get a grip. Someone's got to be the baddies.
Yeah.
Like he's not, what it would have been okay if he lived in Paris and went to America.
Yeah, like that. They're just it's a hair trigger for anything. Oh well, talking about someone's race or something, they just snap straight away. They
Yeah.
want to just pounce on it.
Absolutely. Joke.
But the fact is, yes, these human traffickers, there are Albanian gangs and Russian gangs and
Yeah.
Eastern European gangs and
Well, it's a I thought it was a documentary, to be honest.
so do I.
Yeah. I was waiting for David Attenborough to come out and go, what we've got here? See the boss Albanian on the corner of the street. He's now talking to the lady of the night.
Would have been good voiceover, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would have enhanced that movie.
But there's no more Albanian gang. He took them all out.
Mate,
Oh, mate,
All
yeah.
gone.
Well, I don't think there's anyone left.
mate, they started with, how many start with 8 of them? Now there's hundreds. Now there's not.
Yeah, now there's not.
Now that Rue de Paris is all over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Gow, ordinary people, why don't you tell us about the cast, crew, and everything else taken?
Okay, here we go. Liam Neeson. Now, Liam Neeson, as a younger bloke, worked as a forklift operator for Guinness back in Ireland. Yeah,
Wow.
did it. He was a truck driver, an amateur boxer. So he's a boxer. when he was young.
Okay, I didn't know that.
This is all very Irish, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, what did he else do? Work on a potato farm? But he used to count 4-leaf clovers. What are those little things called? No, what are those little
Leprechauns.
Leprechauns. Did he? Yeah.
He lived at the base of a rainbow.
Yeah, works at the Guinness factory. Yeah.
Did it all. Then he was a stage actor for a long time after that. Did a lot of
Theatre kid.
Did a lot of theatre stuff. A lot of plays. Moved to Dublin's Abbey Theatre, and he did a lot of the classics in there. But it was there that he came to the eye of John Borman. That's who cast him in Excalibur in '81.
Oh, what a movie.
When he played Sir Gawain.
What a movie.
I loved that movie when I was a kid. I have not seen that for so many years.
I watch it
Yeah?
semi-regularly.
Yeah.
I watched it about 8 months ago.
Yep.
God, it's good. It's still good, man. Helen Mirren,
Yeah.
quality. Really quality.
You haven't seen it for a long time.
It's pretty slow, isn't it?
It's a little slow, but it's sort of...
I don't think I've seen it for 30, 40 years. I don't know.
Yeah, mate, it's a great
Well,
film. You
whenever
should
it
watch
came
it
out.
again. Watch it again. It's good.
In 80.
We probably will cover it on Born to Watch, probably just not yet.
Yeah. But look, from there, he was in a few small movies, but he's in the Deadpool in '88.
Yeah,
Dirty Harry.
He plays the director. He's a real dick.
Peter Swan. Yeah, he was in Next of Kin in '89.
Patrick Swayze.
Yep. Darkman.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's directed by Sam Raimi.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's Schindler's List, obviously '93, where he got his Oscar and BAFTA nominee.
That was a brilliant
Um,
Great movie.
Rob Roy, Michael Collins, and then into Star Wars. He wanted to be in Star Wars so bad that he didn't even bother reading the script. Just said, "Yeah, I want to be in it.
Wow. Should have read
I
the
want to
script.
be in this."
And that's fair enough. Like back then, the same, you know,
What
it's
a
like,
waste.
opportunity. You'd just take it.
What a waste of a character, though.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah. He should have been like... They could have based that whole trilogy around him and Ben Kenobi.
They could have done a lot more with him, couldn't
Just
they?
a
A lot more with Darth Maul.
What a waste of a character that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Gangs of New York, 2002. Love Actually, which we covered not long ago on Border Watch. Batman Begins in 2005. And then obviously
Ra's al Ghul.
he does. Yep. He was in Taken. He was in the A-Team in 2010. Clash of the Titans. And then Run All Night.
He went on a real turn after Taken.
Well, it's kind of...
The Grey. There were heaps of these movies
Taken
which
2,
were...
Taken 3.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to them.
But that's why he got reinvented, because that was why he took this role in this, because he wanted to try and change up the persona of what he could do.
His wife had just died. Natasha Richardson had died in a freak skiing accident.
Yep.
And I think he took a little bit of time off, and then he just came back.
Yeah.
He just came back with a plum
and he wanted to do this as a different role to the kind of the ones he'd been typically cast in.
Yeah.
But Jeff Bridges was actually first cast in this.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw that.
Yeah, and he dropped out, so Liam Neeson took the part. You know, for those reasons.
Can't see
Yeah.
but in saying that, probably couldn't have seen Liam Neeson.
You wouldn't have thought Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
But I think Liam Neeson's really good in this role.
He's brilliant.
He's
isn't
very good.
He's a big.
dark
He's
and-
a big guy too.
He's a
He's
huge guy.
6'4".
6'4".
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a bit of a
Huge guy.
unit. Yeah.
Big Liam. That's his nickname.
Bit of a Jack
Not because of
Reacher.
his height.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the same. He
Big
thought it was a
Driss.
straight to DVD. He
Yeah.
saw it and went, yeah, this is going to go straight to DVD.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He was wrong.
it was, as you said, a big turning point in his career.
Mm.
But yeah, look, sliding doors of him. He was considered for the role of James Bond in Goldeneye, which went to Pierce Brosnan. That would have been a big role. I could see him as a Bond. I think he could do a good job of that.
Yeah. He's a bit suave as Oscar Schindler. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he'd be suave. He can
suave,
be, and he can be, very, very calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him doing that.
He's definitely got a particular set of skills.
He's got a particular set of skills.
Mm.
He was actually the original choice to play the lead role in Lincoln. So he would have been reunited with Steven Spielberg
Right.
after Schindler's List. But
Wow. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis did it, got his third Oscar. So
Well,
That's
greatest actor of our generation.
Yeah.
For sure.
so a tough one, but that's a big role to miss. Yeah, anyway, we'll move on. Maggie Grace. So look, I knew we'd get to this early with you. Look, she did a lot of early TV, a lot of one-off episodes, Cold Case, Law and Order in
Don't
the
know why.
early 2000s,
Don't know
CSI,
why.
Miami.
Where are
Take-
the Emmys?
Hey?
Where are the Emmys for Maggie Grace?
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
shit. She could be an Australian child actor.
One of
Yeah,
Morgs'
I know.
favourites.
Mate,
Yeah.
She was in Lost. She's
in
almost
Lost?
the same character. No, that's not true. She's as gawky and just uncoordinated in Lost as she's in this. She's an absolute bitch in Lost. Absolute bitch.
She did the whole series?
Almost the whole series, yeah. She does die. She's one of the, well, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I actually haven't seen the last series.
It's actually not bad. It was going to be one of the impossible things to try and land that plane. Pardon the pun.
I never got into the late series of Lost.
No,
I
I
watched the
switched it
first
off.
couple and I thought, this is
Loved
really
it.
good. And then it jumped the shark early for
Yeah,
me and I
loved
just
Lost.
got out of it and couldn't get back into it.
No.
Yeah, but she is particularly bad in this movie.
Yep.
Continue.
Look, she was in Lost. She was in Fear the Walking Dead. She's done 5 or 6 years, 57 episodes of Fear the
Wow.
Walking Dead. But she was in the Twilight Saga as well as Irina Denali, Breaking Dawn Part 1.
She's really setting the world on fire.
She was in Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
But that's really
That's not a
been
bad
it.
movie, Night and Day. I don't mind that.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, bit of fun.
Nice light movie. She was actually considered for the role of Kitty Pryde in X-Men: The Last Stand. That was the role that was played by Elliot Page
Right.
Okay, right.
or Ellen Page. Then
Yep.
Then.
Yep.
we'll move on. We'll
Please do.
let you come back to.
No, she's
Maggie Grace
she's
later.
in about
Yeah.
13 categories in my
Yeah.
thing.
She'll get a few mentions.
Yeah. She's
All right.
shit.
Famke Janssen. Now,
Famke.
she was actually a model. She moved to America in the 80s, but she modeled for Chanel in New York and then took a break and then went to Columbia University and majored in literature. The very first time I remember her was on, I think it was Maxim. Remember Maxim magazine?
Yeah.
Or was it,
course.
or was it one of the sports magazines in Australia in the 90s? I remember
Like
her.
Sports Illustrated or something.
Yeah, it wasn't Sports Illustrated. There was an Aussie one. Was it Maxim? No, maybe it wasn't.
Ralph.
No,
Might have been one of- it was one of
There was
those.
a sports, an Aussie
Yeah.
sports one. God, I can't think
Inside
of it.
Sport.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's
Inside
it.
Sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you use her?
No, but that's where I remember her first coming to light in Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was in her first movie was Father and Sons in '92 with Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
She was in Goldeneye. In
Well, she
95.
blew everyone away in Goldeneye. That was
That's
when
right.
she really announced
Yeah.
the world.
Was she Xena?
Xena on a top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in Rounders,
Mm.
movie that's come up here quite a few times.
Definitely.
Yeah, in '98. House on Haunted Hill
Yep.
with Jeffrey Rush. She was in the X-Men series of movies.
Jean Grey. Yep.
Jean
she was
Grey,
great.
yeah. She's good in that.
Yep. Hide and Seek.
Yep.
And then the Taken movies, and then the Wolverine in 2013. So she was actually cast in Men in Black 2 in 2002. Had to drop out. That's the role that went to Lara Flynn Boyle,
Okay.
which would have been an interesting role.
She
with
would
her.
have been better than Lara Flynn Boyle. I
Yeah.
think.
I didn't mind Lara Flynn
Yeah,
Boyle
she's
in that,
alright.
but I could see Famke Janssen doing a good job of
She's a
that
bit
as well.
more, got a bit more spunk than
Yeah.
Lara Flynn Boyle, I think. A bit more
Yes,
physical
yes,
structure.
could have, yeah.
She's such a waif, Lara Flynn Boyle. There's nothing of her.
Yeah.
She weighs like 14 kilos.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson enjoyed it.
He's had a go.
Mate, they were together for a long time.
Okay.
A long time, Lara
Bit of
Flynn
an
Boyle and
age
Jack
gap.
Nicholson.
That's right, they were too.
Yeah. Yep.
90s?
Yeah, 90s. Yeah. 90s, because Lara Flynn Boyle sort of came...
What was
she
the
was
TV
big
show?
in Twin Peaks, right?
Twin
She was
Peaks,
in
that's
Twin
right.
Peaks. And then, yeah, I'd say mid to late 90s, early 2000s was Jack. Just crushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack was everywhere.
Oh, he was the man. He was the man.
All right. Well, look, other than that, there's a large associate cast. The only other one probably of any note is Holly Valance, who's an Aussie actress, done a lot in Neighbours. Everyone here would know her from Neighbours. She did 422 episodes.
Yeah. Okay. So
But
hang on a minute.
obviously she's a singer as well.
Is that something to hang your hat on?
No.
Is that like Toadie? Toadie goes, yeah, look, I did 6,000 episodes in Neighbours.
Yeah.
Couldn't get hired anywhere else.
Well, you don't need it. It's just like Harold, and what's
Harold Bishop.
bouncer. I mean, the same thing. If you got a steady job,
Good point.
you just keep going. But Holly Valance had that incredible singing career.
Oh, she did.
Kiss,
you know.
kiss.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
off. In 2002, that's when Kiss Kiss came out. It was on the critically acclaimed album Footprints, and she had 3 hits off that. But Kiss Kiss went platinum.
Australians will listen to it. I don't think
I don't know
Australians
what I don't know what the platinum quantity you have to sell is in Australia.
Mate, I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce Samazan's bloody single that he's... Remember that? Watching that was on the Smash Hits VHS that we watched in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Morgs had it.
Oh my God,
Such a-
Samazan, yeah.
Oh, God.
Bruce Samazan.
Bruce Samazan, yeah.
E Street?
E Street, yeah.
Yeah, so she won.
Tony Pierron.
I suppose she could. She did sing. Oh, that was your number one, yeah. But Holly, she could sing. So you know,
She's a pretty thing.
she was. And she's a good sort, and that's why she got that.
Before,
role.
I don't know if anyone's got this for bad, but is there a dumber thing than the rock star's about to walk out on the stage and he goes, oh, you know, my daughter wants to be
Yeah,
a rock star.
that,
What should she
that
do?
is 100%
I
in my
was
bag.
like, oh my God, mate, shut up, Brian.
But you think that's bad? What about the pop star assassin?
Oh God!
Like what?
I was waiting. I was waiting for Frank Farmer to come out.
Yeah, right. But that poor old pop star assassin picked the wrong day to do his
definitely.
stabby.
Yeah. Come with us, and the first time that you're with us, we're just gonna there's gonna be a murder.
Why did the pop star killer then just hang at the? How do you get backstage and then just hang in the shadows?
Haven't you seen the Bodyguard?
How do they
mate?
know?
Haven't you seen the Bodyguard?
Mate,
Yeah, I know. He's standing there with his
brilliant
little-
setup. That Bryan Mills gets into adventures wherever he goes. Doesn't
Mate,
he?
the problem is he attracts it.
He does.
He
He
does.
attracts it. He's not the deterrent.
Yeah,
He's the attractant.
he's the magnet.
His skills attract this kind of thing.
Mm.
But yeah, so anyway, we'll move on. So
but what about one of the great jobbers in the history of movies and TV and film, Xander Berkeley?
Xander Berkeley, yes.
One of the great jobbers.
Which one's he?
He's the stepdad.
oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
Stuart.
Yep.
You know,
With the horse.
Bring the horse out.
Yep.
Oh, you're impossible, Stuart.
He's been in so many shows.
Mate,
He looks so old in this show too.
his IMDb bio is 50 pages long.
He was in The Walking Dead.
He's in 24.
He was in The
Mate,
Walking
he's
Dead
been
for quite a while. Yeah, he's been in
Air
heaps of
Force
it.
One.
Yeah.
He's in so many things. There was this documentary which actually Morgs put me onto. Is good. That guy in That Thing, you know.
Yeah.
And he is that guy in that thing,
Right.
right? That you go, oh, who's that guy in that thing?
Yep.
And Xander Berkeley is the quintessential jobber. There is no greater jobber, I think, in Hollywood
Oh,
history.
mate, he's been in everything. He's
Yeah.
in Longmire.
Yeah.
Great series. Loved it.
That's so gal.
Yeah, so good.
So gal.
He's in everything. 24, as you said.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah. He always plays a real dickhead too, pretty much.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy that you just know his face because he's been in everything, but he's just always a character actor in there somewhere.
Okay, is that it, G-Man?
That's it. I'll give you the gross
Yes,
on this.
please
Right,
do.
so $145 million domestically, $82 million internationally, gave it $227 million worldwide.
What was the budget?
Budget was $25 million.
Fuck, 10 times.
Yeah. What do you reckon it took in its opening weekend?
750,000.
Yeah, I think it might have been a grower.
Budget was 25. It took 24.7
Okay.
in its opening weekend.
Wow. Okay.
So they covered their
marketing.
budget.
They would have been dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah.
How good's that?
Yeah. So that brought it in at number 27 for the year.
Okay.
And we've been through
Big
2008
year.
before.
Big year, 2008.
Yeah. This is our third 2008 movie. Do you know what the others are? Can you pick the other two movies we've done?
The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Is one of them.
There's three. Sorry, yes. The Dark Knight.
So there's three and plus this.
No. Yes, plus this. So you've got one, The Dark Knight.
Give us a hint. Just anything. Give us a hint.
Give you a hint. This is how we do it.
Step Brothers.
Oh, right. Yes.
Oh God, I can't get the other one.
I'll give you a tip.
Yeah, go.
It's English.
Love Actually.
Love Actually.
Nope.
Rock and Roller.
Rock and Roller.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Okay, yeah, got there in the end.
Yeah, so that year, a big year. I mean, The Dark Knight, we've been through $1 billion.
Yeah, crazy.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, $786 million. Kung Fu Panda in at third at $631. Critically, Slumdog Millionaire, Best Picture, Best Director for Danny Boyle. Best Actor was Sean Penn in Milk. Kate Winslet in The Reader for Best Actress. And Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, obviously Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, it's a big year.
Yeah, it was a big year.
Okay, well that'll take us into Hit, Sleeper and Dud, I guess. All right, we've done this before in this one because we did the first thing we did it was with Rock and Roller, I believe, or maybe it was. I think it was Rock and Roller was the first episodes of Hit, Sleeper, Dud.
Maybe.
So anyway, 2008. I may have mentioned this before, but my hit for the year, Rambo.
Oh, the one in
Rambo. John
in Burma.
Rambo in Burma.
Yep.
So John Jay is approached by some holier-than-thou missionaries to
Yep.
take them down
Yep.
the river to a village.
Yep.
Destruction ensues when the missionaries are kidnapped, and then he has to take a boatload of mercenaries down to help the missionaries. And
Yeah, it's a good movie.
it's it's better than a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I had that as my sleeper.
Yep.
Only because it was number 56 for the year, so 113
Yep.
million. So it wasn't quite as big as some of the other movies, but it was. I remember watching this. We were going.
Mate, we saw it at the movies.
The violence, like
Mate, there was eight or
just
nine of us
so
at
crazy.
Warriewood.
Yeah.
There was
The
8 or 9 of
bullets.
us at Warriewood Cinema, sitting in the Grand Theatre with like half a bar waiting to see a Rambo movie that hasn't been released for 20 years.
Yeah.
Or 26 years. And it's just like, and it was worth the wait.
Those 50 cal guns, like they're
Yeah,
just
that
ripping
thing
through
just-
everything. And the guys in the
Just
paddock,
taking
in
off
the paddy
legs.
fields
Oh
getting
my
killed.
God.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
brutally savage.
Khmer Rouge. Was it the Khmer
Yeah.
Rouge?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a hit? Anyone got a hit to match it?
Well, I mean,
Nothing will match that.
for me, I can't go past the Dark
You're going to
Knight
say the Dark Knight.
because it's just
Yeah.
Even though there was amazing other good ones there too, but
sure.
I'll leave them.
Okay, well done. Okay, sleeper. Gao said Rambo.
Yeah, the other one for me was Step Brothers. Which we brought up
Yeah, very
as a
good.
sleeper because it's a great movie that we love.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Well, I've got another comedy for my sleeper.
I know what it is.
Role models.
Nope, that's not what I was going to say.
Okay, Ant-Man, Stifler, and McLovin
Yep.
joined together in this fish out of water sort of comedy,
Yeah.
and it is freaking funny.
It's a good movie. There's some good funny lines
It's
in that.
very funny.
Yeah, it is a
It's
good movie.
very rude, very funny.
Sean William Scott is so good in that kind of role. Like in Welcome to the Jungle, he's so good with
Oh,
the rock.
God, that's a
Like,
great movie
Yeah,
too.
good movie. He's really good at that kind of thing.
We haven't done a rock movie yet on
No,
Born to Watch,
don't
have we?
have.
Okay. Yeah.
But just going back, my hit. Sorry, I didn't give you my hit. My hit was Gran Torino.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
With the
Like-
homongs.
Yep, homongs.
Homongs.
Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed watching that movie.
Zipperhead.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's
Clint.
just an old cranky man,
Oh,
isn't
God,
he?
he's cranky. But a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Have you heard your
He
sleeper,
did his
Gal?
sleeper. It's Rambo.
Well, when you said comedy, I thought you might have gone semi-pro.
Oh,
You jived
mate,
too.
Oh, yeah,
very
good one.
Yeah.
Very good.
But for my sleeper, I'll go something that I'm surprised Gow didn't mention, Never Back Down.
You are such a dork.
That's a great movie. I love it.
I've never seen it. And you know, I've
serious?
never seen it. This is the fighting one, yeah?
Yeah, it's an awesome movie.
It's a teen fighting
have you
movie,
seen
mate.
it?
I'm sorry.
I've seen parts of it. I wasn't going to bring that one up, but
I
one
love it.
I was going to bring up in the duds was Step Up to the Streets.
I watched.
But I didn't want to offend the triple threat.
It's the life and time.
No,
Step
I'm
up,
with you.
Step up to the streets, life and times of the Barrick Dads dance group.
Yep.
No, that wasn't actually my dud. My duds were, I mean, take your pick, Indiana Jones and the Crystal
Well,
Skull,
my
Madagascar 2, Sex and the City, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah, we've done that one. My dad was Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Crystal Skull, and all I have is Aliens One Step Too Far.
Well, yeah. Well, my dad is Australia.
Oh, yes.
That was ridiculous. The name was too big for that movie.
Yeah.
He should have called it Outback Creek or wherever the hell they lived in.
Yeah.
It can't be called Australia. It was just awful.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it? No, it wasn't great
Yeah.
at
And
all.
they've blown the name, a powerful movie name,
Yeah,
on a
it's kinda done.
shit movie.
Kind of
Mm.
done. It was
Yeah.
so hyped up, that movie, too. That was the problem. There was so much hype
Yeah.
around it. And
Well,
it just
it's
didn't
Baz
live up anywhere near
Luhrmann.
that.
It was,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for Hit, Sleeper, and Dud for 2008. It is now question time. Okay, this is interesting because there's a few questions that are posed by this movie. More than a few. Question 1. Should a 17-year-old be travelling without supervision to Europe with her 19-year-old friend?
Yeah, he wasn't keen on to go. I'm not sure you're going
Would
to
you
let
let
your
your daughter go?
No, not for 3 months.
Yeah.
But so originally she was only going on the trip. Like I know they were going to follow the band at the end. How long did they originally say she was going for?
Oh, it was for 6 weeks, I think, to start with.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it's 6 weeks. I think they were travelling for 6 weeks. weren't they?
17-year-old. Yeah, I don't think they're going on their own.
Not a fucking chance in hell. No way. Damo, you got daughters?
Yeah, well, it would depend on the circumstance. Now, if it was, say, they've got an opportunity to go and dance at some school in France or something like that,
Supervised?
I would take them over.
Supervised?
Yes, I would
Supervised?
take them over, and you're right, yeah. But if it was a holiday where you're just going to go cruising around Europe, yeah, no.
What I don't get is that he did all this, like he didn't want her to go, and then he did all this work to sort of figure out, go, look, I'll do it, and I'll come around to it. Then he never checked the parents. Now he checked the new husband, her new husband down, knew all about his business, but didn't check the people
The
she was
cousins or
allegedly going to
whatever,
be staying with
yeah.
in France and check out what they were
Well, he
doing.
got caught a bit off.
Suppose he didn't have the time.
I guess so.
He got caught a bit off kilter, didn't he?
Yeah, that's fair
they
enough.
Sort of ambushed him.
Yeah, but I suppose
Fucking Lenore.
he got. Well, yeah.
Lenny.
What a shit.
I forgot how much she hated him in this first movie.
She is an awful person in this
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
Because
He
in
must have done some seriously. And all she says is, "You're absent.
Yeah. She's
You're a
very
CIO.
annoying.
You're a CIO black operative, mate. Yeah, he's absent."
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot because in the later movies, obviously it changes. I forgot how much she just hated him.
She hates his
Oh,
guts.
absolutely.
Hates his guts. Yeah, it's like me and onions. Hates them.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's go from this 17 unsupervised to the next part, which was actually question 3. But I'm moving it up. Is it really that quick to get a 19-year-old to want to root you?
Oh, I think she was caught up in the excitement of being overseas, and yeah, like my goodness.
She was quick, man. I'm
Super
going to sleep
quick.
with him.
Yep,
Going to
tonight,
sleep with him.
bang. Yep.
Yep.
And that's what I was thinking about that exactly. Like, wow, she's entranced by Paris, and this is actually, I was going to bring it up. I'll bring it up now too, but I question whether or not it was filmed in France.
Okay.
Well, I didn't see one beret, like anywhere, like not one.
You didn't see Rusty?
Didn't see Rusty, didn't see Gerard Depardieu, didn't see Henri Leconte, didn't see Yannick Noah. Like, now let me just ask, okay, so little test. Look at me now, what country am I in?
Australia.
Right, shut your eyes. Right, just shut your eyes for a couple of seconds. Open your eyes, what country am I in?
Oh, well, you're in Paris.
Oui, oui. Oh.
Oh.
So,
Sans beret, you look like you're in Australia.
I look like I'm in France.
Yeah,
right
you-
now, I'll just order some duck à l'orange. Like, yeah. And not one, I saw baguettes. I didn't see
There was a
berets.
baguette.
There was one
No,
baguette.
2 baguettes. The cop, Liam Neeson had some baguettes
Oh, in
his
the
brown
shopping
paper bag.
Yes, he did.
And then the cop, his mate, Jean-Claude or whatever his name was,
Yeah.
he came home with some baguettes.
But you know what?
There were no mimes on the streets.
No,
No?
No.
no little pencil moustaches and black and white striped
Nothing.
shirts. So that's what I was thinking. I don't know if this is filmed in Paris.
Well, and also with the baguette that the copper brings home, I've been to France. My parents lived in France. And he's just holding that thing in his hand.
Yeah.
They give you a little bit of tissue paper
Oh.
to hold the baguette with.
Mate,
Like there's some...
This is unraveling here.
No, I'm telling you.
This is unraveling.
We're picking holes in this.
Yeah.
We're picking holes. Leave that beret on for the rest of the show, please.
That's awesome.
I might have to take it off.
Oh, God. Okay, so we're saying, she just got caught up in it. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay, so
She
Maggie,
was quick to jump.
very quick.
Straight out of the airport.
But, okay, so you turn up at the airport and the first person you meet says, let's get a cab to go. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, jump in.
After Dad's given her the fucking rundown, don't you go, nah, look, we're cool, brother.
Yeah.
It's all good, mate.
Yep.
Wouldn't that, but isn't that like rule 101 of travelling? Don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things in this movie that just jump through pretty quick to keep the story going.
God.
Yeah. But
we'll
also,
get to some of those.
she also, when she got into the unit, shoes on, jumping all over the white couch.
Yeah, God.
The white couch, I reckon the owners would be like,
Entitled.
Get a bloody, stop jumping on my white couch
Entitled.
with your shoes.
Just an entitled bitch,
They had the whole 5th floor.
Yeah.
mate.
They had this cracking pad in the middle of Paris.
Yeah, what a fucking
Far
place.
out.
With a hole, with like, it was a
Yeah, it was
donut.
around the other
Yeah.
side.
It was like a U shape.
Yeah, it was
It was
good.
incredible. What a place. Okay, Maggie Grace is 25 when she films this movie.
I thought she was about 13.
God, she plays a very poor 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, you are not that far away from 17 at 25.
Yep.
She acts like she's 9.
Yeah. She does.
It's tragic.
So she's actually in real life, she plays the 17-year-old and the other one's 19, but in real life she's 3 years older
Yeah.
than the other one.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, she looks young, but she dead set acted
Did
like a little kid.
anyone here get the research about the about her and the running coach?
I did see that, yes.
She didn't have a
Yeah.
running coach.
They hired a running coach for her. I laughed when I read it. I laughed out loud because this bitch.
Who'd they get?
We could-
Stephen Hawking to do it?
We could literally change Quickfire's title here
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
They trained her to run like a 12-year-old.
Oh, right.
So they actually
That was
trained
on
her.
purpose.
That was a creative decision.
Yeah, it's not great. Like,
Everything's like, oh my God.
it looks like they got Sigourney's running coach.
Mate.
Sigourney's running coach would be like Usain Bolt compared to this. Like, she ran like an 8-year-old kid who'd just got a new puppy.
Yeah, she does nothing good in this movie. And you know what? Just a bad dancer. I know she's smacked out of her head, but that's when some people do their best work. She had nothing.
Yep.
She had nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't much of a role for her, was there? Like once she got taken, That was
No,
kind of
she-
it.
yeah,
She's
well,
not.
that's-
She's
she's
hardly
done
in it.
to
Well,
Yeah,
then the
that's
role
really-
was the role was perfect for her then.
Yeah.
because we didn't have to.
For her,
we didn't have
yes.
to endure her.
Yeah.
God, she's terrible. Okay. So last question. So what's the go with hankies and rags in the mouth? Can you not spit them out? Right? And do we need to run a test? Maybe the next episode of Born to Watch, we'll do the hanky in the mouth test and see whether you can just
can't-
go
You probably
and
could
spit them out.
Yeah.
Well, this is a trope in movies. Like Brian, when he's electrocuting the guy, just for one, bite the fucker's fingers, mate.
Yeah.
Right? Fingers in the mouth, bite them off.
Well,
Rule
the-
one.
here's-
2, spit the thing out.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He puts it in his mouth because he doesn't want him. Because he's going to clamp, he's electrocuting him, so he doesn't want to clamp his teeth down
so it's-
and bite his tongue off. So
I don't think-
it's supposed to be in there to stop him doing that. But
I think
it's
also
a pretty,
it's
a pretty
stopping
weak.
from screaming.
I didn't think about it because when he leaves him, he doesn't put it back in his mouth.
No, because he's quite happy then. He's leaving.
But he wanted him to talk, right? He was like,
Yeah.
wake up, I need you engaged.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't-
need you focused. Sorry,
Yeah,
I need you
didn't-
focused.
I didn't work out. Yeah, what the actual purpose of it was.
Because he was trying to find
Just-
where the daughter was, right?
Yeah,
so he's like,
that's the hanky's going to stop him.
well,
biting
he's
off
going to
his
stop him
tongue or
biting his
something. Yeah.
face, and then
Kinda
because when
makes
he's
sense,
electrocuting-
yeah.
That's the thing. But it was a
Yeah.
pretty weak,
I don't know.
pretty weak way of doing it.
Spit it out, mate.
Although I did love the double poles through the knees, through the legs. Like,
that was great.
I need you focused.
Boom.
Ouch.
That was really good.
Yep.
How good's Brian?
That was my one quote too. I need you focused. Are you focused now?
Yep.
I don't know whether I want Brian as my dad, but fuck, he'd be a good uncle.
Yeah.
He would be the best uncle.
He
Yep.
was a bit too full on as the dad, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Like
he
he wasn't
would-
letting him do
God, he'd
anything.
be
He
a
was
good
awful.
uncle.
Yeah.
Can you imagine after? Well,
He's
I know
painful.
there's more movies, but imagine after that's ever happened, she's never going out again.
Oh,
She's never getting out of his sight.
Yeah, absolutely not.
That's right.
Sorry. Well, she does.
Well, we know after the
Keeps
movies.
getting taken. Yeah.
Okay, well done. Let's move into the categories.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to start with Damo today for the good. Take it away.
I suppose the obvious good is the monologue, and we all know what the monologue
Yes.
is, right? So that is good, but that scene where those guys came in, she's on the phone in that bathroom on the other side, just that scene when those guys came in and she's on the phone, that to me was when there was like a distinct step change in that movie. And it turned from being, a bit ho-hum to holy crap, and your full attention. And I reckon those bits, that's where the acting improved out of sight, just from that scene onwards.
Yeah, the first 28 minutes of this movie is pretty tragic.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
The setup is a bit tragic.
It is,
And
It
it's
is.
only because the next hour and 5 minutes are so good
Yeah.
that you tend to forget the first 28.
do.
I really paid a lot of attention to that first 28 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, I stopped it when they got to when they broke in. I stopped it. It's 28 minutes and 35
Right.
seconds.
Okay. Yep.
You do not need to see the first 28 minutes and 35 seconds.
No. I mean,
This is a great hour and 5 minute movie. In fact, it could be 5 out of 5 for an hour and 5
You
minutes.
really could, because at the point where she rings, he finally gets a hold of her and she goes, so you're supposed to ring me. Like, you get everything you need to know. She's
Yeah.
gone to Paris. He's in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
You were supposed to ring me. You didn't.
Yep.
Oh, my God, these guys are coming to take me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
And you know the whole story from
That's
there,
it.
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But that's definitely starts becoming so much. But that
sure.
scene, I really do like that scene. But the other thing that I really like is the payoffs. Like, just the, satisfying kills. I don't normally like really love the fact, but they made every character, they did it so well that you hated them. And you
Sinclair in the elevator.
absolutely, yep.
Yeah.
Even Sinclair, you only met him for,
Yeah.
2 minutes.
I'm
You hated him.
I'm a father too.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
right.
bad, wasn't he?
That's right. So you instantly hated Peter at the airport.
Yeah.
You hated Marco.
Yeah.
You hated all the guys at the construction site at the Red Door. You just hated them.
Yeah.
And the payoffs were so satisfying to see them get their butts kicked
Mate,
and destroyed.
Gal, what do you got for good?
For good, mate, I've got, on that theme, I've got Liam Neeson just in the role, but his fight scenes. He's just, I think it's so good. He did a lot of those stunts himself.
Yeah.
He trained with a guy called Mick Gould, who was a former SAS officer, and learned a lot of that stuff. He actually practiced. It was It's a martial arts style called Nagasudo.
You would have picked that.
Yeah, look, it's one of those Hollywood type
It's
ones.
not,
You know, all the
yeah,
Hollywood
it's
types
for show.
use it.
It's all for show.
Mate. Yeah, look, I'm not going to denigrate it, but it's, you know.
What, it's
we
not
didn't,
as
we didn't have that in
effective.
the snake pit in DY, I'll tell you that. No, we didn't learn that.
The snake pit.
But,
That's a t-shirt.
But, mate,
Sorry. Okay.
What, the
Born to
DY
watch.
snake pit?
Born to watch fans. Coming up soon. There's going to be a new merch line, the Snake Pit.
With a karate.
Yeah, with Gao,
Or,
with Gao as his Shitoshi with a
like
headband.
yeah.
The Snake
no, we
Pit.
can do that.
That's done.
Yeah, but no, look, that one's been
buy
around a
one.
long time. I remember Rounders used to talk about it all the time, Nagasudo, and I was like, that's when he was hanging out with the Coreys and they were all trying to do it. I'm like, mate,
Fair call.
you know, it's never going to work for you.
It's amazing. You've just got so much inside knowledge.
Mate,
It's
you've got to do
incredible.
Shorin Ryu karate. Like that's you know.
It's incredible
That's
what
the
you
real
bring to
stuff.
the show, Gao. It's incredible what you bring to the show.
Well, mate.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my good.
Yeah, look, my good is exactly the same. I've got Liam Neeson's the man. This particular set of skills, that hour and 5 minutes is incredible. But I really love the blanket brothel in the mining site. That scene.
Yeah, oh,
where
yeah.
He goes in and it's so fucking disgusting. And you can just see him every place he goes to when she's not in it. You can feel the tension.
Oh,
And then it's just like snap.
Finds the jacket.
Yeah, snap. And he just has no concern and just kills everybody.
Yes.
like what sort of guys are going into this?
And they all lined up.
blanket?
They're all
They're all
lining
lined up
up.
to pay their money
Yeah, pay
for
your
girls that are
It's
out
like-
cold on the bed. Like,
Yeah, completely drugged out girls line up, pay you whatever, and then go in like you.
it's like Buck in
Yeah, in Kill Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah, my name's Buck.
yeah. No, that was bad.
Yeah,
But-
that was my favourite part. The payoff there, and obviously then the Red Door.
Well, the other good payoff is when he finally finds what's his name that says good luck to him on the phone.
Yeah, Marco.
Marco.
That was
Marco,
that
and
was
he's, and
the
he's got
best.
the 8 of them in
Yes.
the room, and when he hears that voice, there's 8 guys there, and he's just like, nah, this is going down
You
now.
don't remember me, do you?
Yeah, and he's just like, he's got no gun, he's got nothing.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's happening now.
Because as soon as he heard him say good luck, you then saw him size up the room and have a little bit
Yeah,
of a glance
yeah.
around like, okay, I'm about to go nuts.
It's just gone up 10%. Yeah, so I'm with Damo. It's all the payoffs. It's all the fight scenes. They are just next level
Yeah.
good, and it is
Satisfying. Seeing these people get
Yeah.
absolutely destroyed.
But yeah, God, the upstairs in the Red Door place is just brutal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just brutal. Like like this shit happens for real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy, like you said before, the guy that runs the other way and he gets shot in the back, he
Yeah.
just comes out and says, bang.
That's the
gone,
best.
like-
He's just good. You don't see people shooting him in the back,
No.
but in real life, you shoot someone in the leg,
Yeah.
and shoot people in the back. You're just shooting.
Well, I'll tell you one of mine, and I put it in the bag because it's a bad scene, is when he shoots Jean-Claude's wife.
Oh, that's
Flesh,
amazing.
And he's
little
just
nick,
like-
just little nick.
Just
Yeah,
a
he's
flesh
just like,
wound.
bang,
It's a
he just
flesh
shoots him.
wound.
Yeah, it's a flesh
But
wound. I was like,
yeah,
she just copped it.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
well,
did.
That's just collateral damage.
He
mate.
could have shot him in the shoulder.
Nah, collateral damage. She's going
I
down.
suppose he would be more helpful if he knew it was his wife's life on the line.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. And I guess he needed him to
He
go and
was
look
ruth-
up. He needed him to go and look up the
get on the,
the name
computer
thereafter,
and yeah, I know.
But that was pretty brutal.
It was.
to a lady that's let him in the house that he knows
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
He just shot her.
Well, it's he's focused.
Yeah, he's focused.
He's a fucking cyclops. He sees one direction.
Yep.
Okay, the bad. Let's start with you, Gao. What do you got for the bad?
Oh, well, going back to Red Door and Rue Paradis, when he walks in and says, "I'm a French cop" with his ID, but he talks in his Northern Irish American
Yes.
accent
Yes.
and just goes, "Yeah, I'm the
Yeah,
French."
his
cop."
name's like
My
Jean,
son-
Jean Leclerc.
Jean-Claude, yeah.
Yeah, and like these Albanian gangs
Jean Marc Don.
are in with the cops. They're in with the special police. I think they're going to pick up pretty quickly that he's not with them. And the other thing is, it was the night before that he's taken down the blanket brothel,
Yeah.
and that guy chased him in the car. The guy that he
They'd be on
Pilot
red
Street.
alert, wouldn't they?
They
they would be on
high
red alert,
Yeah.
and they just know nothing about it. He just wanders and goes, "Yeah, I'm a cop, and I'm here to renegotiate all the rules."
Yeah.
Like, and they're all just sitting around.
Yeah, I didn't
listening
actually
to it.
think about that, but now when I do.
Yeah, it's just sort of, it's so
Yeah.
funny that like there's no alert there. They're just like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
like we got raided last night and somebody killed a heap of our guys, but you just wander in here."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
Good pickup, Gao.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it. That's
good.
my
Damo.
bad.
As we sort of mentioned that first, the cringy dialogue in that first 20 odd minutes or so, just his mates at the barbecue. Oh, remember that time in here, and you had to leave to go to your daughter's birthday, and as you mentioned, the bit where he grabbed Holly Valance just as she's walking. It'd be like grabbing, I don't know,
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, or what I mean, yeah, I was going to say like. Billy Slater's about to run on play for Queensland at the State of Origin. Hey, Billy, come here, mate. It's like,
what's the game plan, Billy?
Yeah, I'm kind of focused.
Yeah,
it was just.
I want a 3-4-3. What are you going to run for? What are the Maroons running today, Billy?
It was the worst timing and the cringiest dialogue, and the fact how he's so excited when my daughter wants to go and have lunch with me, and he goes and tells his mates, and his mates are, oh, that's wonderful, and that's this. It was really cringy, and even when Holly Valance, when she said, oh, here's my business card, here's my vocal coach. And he went, oh, thank you. She went, no, thank you, Mr. Mills.
Yes.
It was like, oh, that's terrible.
If she says she can sing, she can sing.
Yeah.
Well, shut up.
It's
I'm with
super
you.
cringy.
Because why didn't, when he says, you're a great voice or whatever, and she says, thank you, what's your name? He says, Bryan Mills. Why didn't he then say the question? Like, it was sort of odd.
Yeah,
and then when she's walking out the stage, like, oh, no, let me interrupt you now. It was he could have just said it then.
Worst timing. Worst timing. But my other thing was too, when he got the phone call, when he called her, why did he go into her bedroom? I need to see her room. And he walked in her room, grabbed her drawers, opened things.
Is he looking for a diary to see whether there's any information about?
He found nothing.
Yeah.
They found nothing. They just got on the phone to his mate, to Leland.
Yeah. Leland also.
Yeah, got on the phone to Leland to talk about Marco from Tripoya. Yeah. Did nothing in that bedroom. And I just thought, why did you go into that bedroom? What were you looking for?
Yeah. Where is the room?
Yeah, where's the room? I need
Which
to go.
one is it?
Yeah, and then walked out with nothing. And I suppose the other thing too, remember he grabbed that little hair follicle out of the mirror?
Yes.
Well, that went nowhere. It just went to his pocket and never used again.
I don't know if he gave that to Jean-Claude and was like,
that's just...
Here's the other thing.
Jean-Claude.
He finds out his daughter's taken. She's on the phone. So he's very calm and gets out the machine and records it all. Then he rings his ex-special ops mate and goes, find out about them. He finds out them.
Yeah, Marco from Tripoya. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've done this. This is what they're going to do. The Albanians are going to sell them. You've got 96 hours.
Yes.
And there is his 3 special forces mates. Why don't any of them get on the plane with him?
Come with me, mate.
Like, there's 4 of you who used to be a crew together, and you go, oh, your daughter's been kidnapped, has she? Oh, okay.
Good luck.
So
Okay.
sorry about that, mate. Hopefully you get her. Let us know how you go when you're back.
So while we're talking about the old special forces mates, I'm going to my ugly before I get to my bad.
Okay.
Sure how realistic the old Black Ops gang are, right? So we've got Knife Dildo Guy from 7, and we've got Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. I'm not really sure they're top of the tree. Right? It's like...
you want the Expendables there.
Yeah, I want Jason Statham. That's who I want. I don't want Leland also and Uncle fucking Rico.
I know. It wasn't...
But he can throw a steak. He can throw a steak.
Did he have his camera in the background?
Oh my
Taking
god!
shots of his
Oh my
throwing the
god!
ball?
Yeah. So that was my ugly.
Crack crew of bunch of bloody losers.
Now, just getting back to my bad, so we can clear this off. Lenny is a mole.
Oh yeah.
His wife, his ex-wife,
Really
is an awful, snobby mole who, at the end of the movie, when she's like, "Oh, I think I would have said, fuck off, Lenore," right? Go away.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. Is it Taken 3 where she dies? I think it's Taken 3.
I got to 2
I
and
don't
didn't
think
go
I've
any
seen
further.
3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she dies in 3. I've not seen 3. 2, she gets kidnapped in 2.
She gets almost killed in... Like,
2,
you think
she dies in 3.
she's dead in 2.
Yeah, she
like,
dies in 3, I'm pretty sure.
Saves her at the last minute,
I've not seen it. I've seen 1 and 2, not seen 3. But she's awful. Oh, Stuart, you're impossible with the horse. The other thing I've got for bad is the very start of the movie where he walks into the Indian convenience music store.
Oh, yeah, to get the karaoke
And he's
machine.
like, oh, this is what all the stars use. Beyonce, Mariah Carey, and Gwen Stefani use this one. Did you see the karaoke machine?
Yeah, it was like the world's worst
Oh,
old
my God.
like a $60 Tandy electronics one.
It's they've gone into like the Indian Tandy.
I think he actually said Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani. And he's like, who's Beyonce?
Yeah, just joking. Yeah. Yes, I know, that karaoke machine. And then the poor thing got left on the ground when the horse rode up. Came up,
yeah. It was
dropped
just, she ran over
president
like
on the yeah.
All right. Okay. Well done, boys. That was a lot of fun. Quick fire.
Oh, we didn't do ugly.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I did my ugly.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. What was your ugly?
Okay. Here's my... Well, this can go into bad too, but look. He finds her mate dead she's had an overdose. Kim's
Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda's had an overdose.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then she's never mentioned again.
No.
After
No.
that, like,
Forgotten.
Yeah, forgotten. Like, and he saves it, and they come home on the plane, and there's no.
no.
Oh, so, and then her parents aren't there, and it's
No,
all
just
high
forgotten.
fives that
Yeah.
she's
Forgotten.
back.
Yeah.
But then,
Well, her parents are waiting at oversized luggage.
Oh, Jesus.
oh, dear.
Sign me for this coffin, please.
But why did they fly back? Why did they fly back commercial? Why didn't he fly them back? Like, she would
Why
have
is
been
he on the
traumatized.
private jet?
Why aren't they on the private jet?
There's no time for dick measuring, Stuart.
I wanted an hour ago. But yeah, and then they get but he shoots a high-ranking French official's wife in the shoulder.
Yeah.
The cops see him stealing a car, and before that, he's obviously said, like, you get your tickets and get out of here. Like, but then he
How does he
tears
leave? How
half
does he
the
leave?
town.
Yeah.
And then they just like, oh, that's okay. On your merry way.
Yeah.
Take your daughter and off you go.
Yes.
And then when he gets back, there's no cameras. There's no. It's all swept under the. And they all just high five at the airport and off they go. It was all a bit
I
wrapped
know.
up,
I
wrapped
agree.
up very
I agree.
neatly
It's
in a
very
little
neatly.
bow.
There's no way he would have got out of that country.
Yep.
With without.
We'll have to go to the CCTV to see Amanda's parents. Okay.
Oh God.
That's disappointing.
Well, I'll do ugly. When she was under the bed, and shout out everything you see, the description. She yelled out, "Beard 6 feet."
Yep.
When he played it back, it said moustache 6 feet. So anyway, but the other thing was the final bad guy scene. He had the knife.
Yep.
So he's holding the knife at the throat of the daughter, and Liam is pointing the gun at him. That guy's giant head is not suited for a standoff like that.
No, he was always going to finish
He
second.
had a head the size of I don't know what, and it was sticking out like I don't think Liam had an easier target.
Do you remember Adam Kelly from the Rats?
Yeah.
Had a huge head. Right?
Well, this guy's head was bigger.
yeah, this guy's head was
So-
bigger.
On your head scale, because you used to do
I've got a big head.
No, but you've
There's no Brad Glasgow.
But you've got
Fits
your
most.
scale. So a 1 means your head is in proportion with your body.
Yeah.
If you're a 1.1, your head is just slightly bigger than your body.
that's a 2.5.
Yeah, he's in the twos.
He's got a huge head.
Yeah, he's got a monster head.
Huge head.
Don't go doing a knife throat standoff with someone with a gun with your giant balloon head.
What
buddy.
about when we first see him through the crack in the door? Looks like Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, when he's lying on the
See,
bed.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for him
That's
to go, Oda solo.
It did look like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, it was.
Gross.
Yeah, he was a horrid looking
Gross.
sort of, yeah,
Money
rich.
can get you whatever you want, apparently.
Yep. Well, you know what too, because they were forced to pay that $500,000 for her, and when they go and collect their merchandise, they didn't go. By the way, I was forced to buy this. They just kept up with the sale.
Yeah.
Like it was like actually we didn't really buy her.
Certified pure.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah,
they
how
were
do they
happy-
do that?
They
Because
were happy with the
They've
sale. in
obviously
the
gone, oh, well, we'll do that now. Like,
Yeah.
what's another 500?
end. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's up. They don't care. They don't care. Okay, well done. All done. Quick fire. That's not a knife. The scene or scenes that have passed over into pop culture. Well, it's got to be particular set of skills.
Yeah, that's the one
100%, That's
That
it.
is it.
that everybody knows.
Everyone knows it. Yep.
Absolutely.
No,
It's the Philip Stuckey Award for the biggest dick character.
I think we're all going to be the same.
It's Lenore, right?
Yep, I agree.
There's some pretty bad dudes. What are the guys buying?
but-
what are the guys buying these girls?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah,
dicks.
yeah.
They are dicks. I
That-
still
that's
prefer
not
them.
great.
They're not dicks. They're like next level bad.
They're asshole. Yeah.
They're next. They're just.
Oh, so you're just saying who's a
who's
general
who's
dick?
just a
Oh,
general dick? It's
yeah.
got to be Lenore,
Lenore.
right?
Yeah, Lenore.
She's so awful.
She is.
Okay, Jennifer Jason Leigh or the cast of Caddyshack for a person or persons in a different movie. Anyone?
I'd probably go the daughter.
She actually, that's a good call, Damo. She's shit.
Yeah. Especially that first half.
Oh God!
She is acting like an 8-year-old kid.
At the party, it's embarrassing how bad she is.
She's not acting like a 17-year-old. It's like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, she's awful.
Who, as a 17-year-old, puts down the present they've got from the dad and then runs off squealing?
To get a pony.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a little
Yeah.
kid.
It was like that. It
Yeah.
was a lot like that.
Stuart is impossible though. Like, you know. Okay, Ripley running or the Kim
Yeah. That's she.
Mills
she-
Award
she
for bad
knew-
athletic prowess. Could be the worst ever.
Easily.
Could change this category from the
Yeah.
Ripley / Harrison Ford / Kim Mills running award.
When I was just doing a bit of research, there was a lot of people writing things about her running style.
Oh God!
And I was like, this is actually passing into popular culture, maybe even
Possibly.
people bagging at her
No,
running
she
technique.
looks like she's got her arms behind her. She's like a tadpole.
But as you said, they
Looks
taught
like a sperm.
they taught her to do this. So she's trying to learn how to not run and then run like a kid.
Yeah.
Like it's just so.
But
she's
why?
obviously
You're
trying to.
17.
Yeah, I know. Just run.
I mean,
Like
yeah, like a good running technique.
there's
Normal.
plenty of other plot holes in here. We're not gonna worry about the running style that she's.
Yeah.
Oh, that
But
doesn't
it's-
quite
it
suit
just
the movie.
stood out.
Yeah. No shit. Okay, Robot Sentries in honor of the Aliens Special Edition. Are there any scenes you would like to see in this movie?
I would remove the final Holly Valance scene when he knocks on the door
Yep.
and takes her in.
Yep.
I don't think we need to add anything, but I'd just like get rid of that.
Yeah.
It was a very sappy ending. Wasn't
Oh,
it?
it was
Very
cringy
sappy
again.
ending, yeah.
Could we remove the first 28 minutes?
You could, yeah, you could easily do that, yeah. But that, who wants to go and watch an hour and 5 minute movie?
I'd watch that. That's a good hour and 5 minute movie, though.
Yeah, I know.
Let's be honest.
They do pack a lot into that hour and a half, but I guess they've got to have that little bit of backstory, like absent dad. Now we'll do anything
Yeah,
for his daughter.
it-
Now
it-
has to be even brushes his mates, like all that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. No,
So
I
they
think
kind of
you
just
needed
they
it.
cover that, and then his
Yeah.
wife hates him because he was never there, and now he's trying to be there.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, the Brad Pitt Award. Person you'd most like to lie down with. Okay, so anyone got anything for this?
Well, if you go and watch Holly Valance's Kiss Kiss film clip, no one. She is unbelievably smoking hot in that film clip.
I feel like Famke would have a lot of experience.
Oh, look, yeah.
Famke's good looking. Yes, she'd be the one.
I don't know. I could dabble with a bit of Holly.
I reckon you could if she played her cards right.
Look, if she could go on the list.
Yeah.
With just Chastain.
Holly,
Who?
Up there with Chastain.
No. Could go on the list. Who? We may or may not have sealed the deal because she's
yeah,
such
we actually don't know.
she's such a good secret keeper. Right? She's such a good secret keeper.
You're on the hard drive.
That's it.
M. White. Who's this guy?
Who's 4-inch Goldie? Don't worry about him. He was nothing to me.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 degree of Kurt Russell. Nothing.
I didn't even check.
There's no one.
What about
There's-
Xander? He must have
No,
been.
I looked and I went deep into Xander's biography. Nothing.
No,
one.
I had nothing on that. There's no one.
No.
Nothing I could get close.
No one.
Not
There
1
is
degree.
No one. All right then. Listen to this. G-Man, you want to take us away?
I sure do. All right, I've got one for you. Maybe you should ask the listeners this. I don't have to put it out there. What's the body count in this movie?
I know this
Oh,
one.
you know this.
Yep.
Damon, what do you reckon?
I know the total body count.
Okay.
And I know Brian's body count.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay. Brian's body count. I reckon 50 maybe.
Not quite. It was 35.
That's pretty
His
good.
body count. It's 38 in the overall movie,
Okay.
but he takes out 35.
So are we-
There's a
I
couple
reckon
of
that's low.
there's a
about
couple
the-
of assumptions. Well, not bad for
Yeah, what
night
about
and a half's
the-
work.
Yeah.
In the Utes, the guys in the sort of
Oh, in
Um,
the
in the
blanket.
Hilux type things that
Yeah.
get taken out by the tractor and that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there's only one in that car.
I reckon there was I thought
No,
there
there's
was
only
like-
one in that car.
That's
He's the baddie.
He's
He's
the
the
baddie
bad
I
guy.
thought there might have
slaps
been
him
a
up
couple
at the
in there
start,
with
yeah.
him. Yeah, rightio.
No, he was the one in there. But you assume he dies. You assume the guy that gets electrocuted dies. You assume the guy
Yes.
that goes overboard of the boat dies.
Yeah.
There was about 5 or 6 on the boat, 7 on the boat maybe.
There was quite a few that just copped a bit of a Hassan chop and then they were gone. So you assume they're dead. Like that's a lethal
Yeah.
move.
Odd
Yep.
job.
It is
odd
a-
job.
That's an
Yeah.
odd job to the throat and they're gone.
Yeah.
But they're out.
Buck Rogers, Gil Gerard,
Oh, yeah, good skill, Gerard.
karate.
Damo, you got anything for listening to this?
Not heaps, but obviously, and we talked about Liam did think it was going to go straight to DVD, but he loved the opportunity to go and work in Paris for 4 months, learn martial arts. So he thought that was a really cool opportunity thing for him to do. But this movie had a recorded effect on the tourism decline in Paris. The French Tourism Board had to make a campaign to discuss the movie. Liam later said in an interview too that he regretted the impact of the movie on tourism in Paris. Because I would say for any parents, well, do not show this movie to a parent whose teenage child is planning on going overseas. Like, don't show
Yeah.
it because it will, but it did have a negative impact on French tourism.
Well, apparently Liam Neeson got contacted by quite a lot of parents thanking him for making the movie.
Okay, for
and saying-
highlighting this
for
issue.
highlighting the
Yeah,
dangers,
yeah.
right?
And he had to go out of his way to say no.
He
Like,
says highly exaggerated.
but Famke Janssen actually, after this, she was inspired to become an activist against corruption. So she then started serving as a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations against
Right.
drugs and crime because this
Yeah.
whole
It
storyline
opened her eyes. And
got her to go,
yeah.
wow, I need to do something about this.
It is horrible because
Oh,
it's
a brutal
It's
storyline.
happening now, and like obviously the thing that we probably didn't put in ugly was this human trafficking thing. It is
Oh, it's horrendous.
just the worst. And when I think about like
Frightening.
Maddie McCann and these
Yeah.
kids that go missing, and I always think about them, it's like this is just
Brutal.
the worst thing that can possibly happen.
Yep. No, it's horrendous. So the curved knife used in the final scene, the karambit, has been used in another movie that we have covered, Damo, you and I.
Well, I know that it is used in the martial art Pensac Salat.
The Raid.
Yep.
Oh.
So I did have a chuckle looking
Yeah.
at that. I go, no, we've seen this weapon before.
Yeah.
And it says it because it's got the finger holes
Yeah,
in the handle,
and the
makes it very
curve.
difficult to disarm.
how do you get out of someone's hand?
Yeah.
Like,
And he goes,
You would have been.
you would have learned. There's some very special techniques for that, but it's not easy to master. Let me tell you, like, you know.
Yeah.
no,
Chinese-
finger holes. Finger holes are
What
very
you
difficult
do-
to master.
I'd be doing the ancient.
There's a couple different sort of variations of the finger
You
holes.
can do that. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
No, but look, you do the old Chinese burn on the arm,
Yeah.
and it falls out.
Or what you do is you shoot a guy in his fucking
Oh, you
head.
could do that. You could do the old
Right.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. I just pull out the
Yeah.
gun.
And that's what Bryan did.
Yep.
Yeah. So he looked like he was maybe about to like surrender. The big fella, Jabba.
He said, "Can we go?
yeah,
Can we?
Yeah, and he got to, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
big head.
Yeah.
Oh, giant
Yeah,
head.
big head. Big head. Adam Kelly.
He had I was thinking about a big, remember that, that Chinese weather balloon that flew over the USA?
Oh, yeah, everyone thought
They
it
shot
was...
that down. Do you know where they put that weather balloon? I'm just thinking of this guy's head and that balloon. But you know where they took that weather balloon after they shot it down?
Where?
Quantico.
Well, of course.
Clarice Starling. She'd be pulling it to pieces.
She would be.
Yeah.
She would be. Okay, anyone else got anything for listen to this?
Yeah, look, I've got one.
Okay, go for it.
I've got one.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I did a bit of deep research. So, Bryan Mills, after this, I mean, after his family's been taken, he wanted a quiet life. So he actually went back and started to do some social work. He set up business with Chandler Jarrell. And,
Chandler Jarrell.
yeah,
Chandler.
Chandler Jarrell.
Chandler Jarrell.
The
Yeah,
name
from the
rings a
Golden
bell.
The
Child.
Golden Child, yeah.
From the Golden Child.
Yeah, they set up business, became a social worker, and, started hunting Hare Krishna midgets hiding in the trees.
That's the same guy.
Yeah, they got a business together.
Bloody hell. So hang on. So was Chandler
Fucking berets
was-
and Hare Krishna
was
midgets.
was Chandler Barrel? Was that?
That was Eddie Murphy.
That was Eddie Murphy.
Chandler Yarrow.
Oh, he was
Yarrow.
too.
Yarrow.
Right. Yeah.
Yarrow.
So they teamed. That's the collab that we didn't think we needed.
Well, mate, he's got a particular set of skills.
He does.
he does. Yeah.
You can find kids hiding in trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Butt pie. The sequel to butt cake.
Hey, bird.
Chunky asses.
Well, when you said
Hey,
Gerald,
bird! Hey, bird!
I thought you were going back on the Joffy Jafar again
No.
with the Jays.
That was last week's nugget.
Oh no.
Okay, quotables. Do we need someone to recite?
Oh, you'll have to do it. Yeah.
I think this is a demo.
Well, I don't have
Okay.
it written in
I
front
don't know
of me.
who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have any money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Drakkar Noir.
Good luck.
Yep. I said it because in Family Guy, when they do that one, at the end, the guy says, Drakkar Noir.
How good the Family Guy, seriously.
I've got a really bad set of skills, and, I
Oh my God.
scream and panic and do this.
My God.
Yeah, I did like that. I also liked, you don't remember me, do you?
Oh, that was awesome.
That's awesome.
That I had that down as one of mine. Just that, and the fact, and the one when Liam first, when she's sort of having the conversation on the phone, he just said really calmly, "They're going to take you." Right? There
Yes.
was no
Yes.
sugarcoating.
Yes.
There was no, you're going to be okay. No,
You're going to be taken.
they're going to take you. And it's like, what? Okay, shit, rightio. And this is what I want you to do. Yeah, so I like the fact that he basically just came out and said it.
Don't you
calmly.
love that he's got a suitcase ready to go in the lounge room?
he-
Like, he just scoops it out, starts recording. It was awesome.
Yes, he was ready.
But yeah, the other one I had was, wake up. Went through that. Wake up. I need you to be focused, because then he stabs him through the knees with the metal rods. But the other one was after he leaves him, when he says, "I don't know," and he goes, "I believe you, but it's not going to save you." And then he just flicks the switch and walks out.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I know. And he told the story about how they used to outsource the
Third world.
the third world. The power wasn't reliable. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, I've got one more, and we've already mentioned it, but it's another bit of a monologue. This is what happens when you sit behind a desk. You forget things, like the weight of a handgun that's loaded and one that's not.
Yep.
And then he shoots her and said, "It's a flesh wound. But if you don't get me what I need, the last thing you'll see before I make your children orphans is the bullet I put between her eyes." It's like, fuck, man.
It was ruthless.
Fuck.
Mate, no matter what it was going to take, he was going to get his daughter back.
Yeah.
He knew he was mixed up. He said, "I hope you're not." I said, "I don't know how deep you're in with this," but he knew.
Oh, he
knew
knew, and
he
he
was in.
admitted it in the end. He goes, "I don't care where I get my shortfall from, but God, like, surely you got to be a bad dude, right? You got to be a bad dude to be a copper and be mixed up in sex trafficking, right?"
Yes.
I think that's about it. Anyone else got anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Now we'll slide into film school for F-wits. And tonight is I've been mocked about my choice of titles for tonight's film school for F-wits. It's hard to do everything, right? It's hard to produce. It's hard to edit. It's hard to manage.
Yep.
It's hard to do everything. So, occasionally a little pat on the back and say, "You're doing all right, Matt.
You're
Now,
doing a
wouldn't go
great
straight-
job. You actually are doing
Thank
a great
you,
job,
thank
mate.
you, thank you, Damon.
Coordinating
Thank you,
everything,
Damon.
getting people in.
Thank you, Damon. I needed that.
Morgs isn't here, though, so I don't know what you've done there. But,
Yeah, I don't know either.
he'll be back.
Yeah, he will be back. Okay, so today's film school for F-wits is movies with one-word titles. And I've got 5 films with one-word titles that are grouse. Number 1, Fargo.
Yeah.
Minnesota car salesman Jerry Lundegaard's inept crime falls apart due to his henchmen's bungling and persistent police work of the quite pregnant Marge Gunderson. 1996 released, Coen Brothers film. It is incredible. Warren H. Macy and Frances McDormand are unbelievably
Steve
good in this
Buscemi.
movie. Steve Buscemi
Steve
is
Buscemi's
incredible
awesome
in
in
this
this.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the bit parts. It's when she meets. It's when
It's
she
the
meets-
husband. When she comes home to her
Yeah,
husband.
the husband, and
Frances
also
McDormand's husband.
and also the guy that she has dinner with, the
oh,
Chinese
yeah,
guy.
the Chinese guy. Yeah.
That she has dinner with is so lonely. I'm so lonely, Marge.
And
so
then he
lonely.
just jumps around the
Yeah.
table and puts his arm
Yeah,
around
and
her.
she's like 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah,
come
there's
on,
some really
mate.
awkward scenes. What about when William H. Macy just leaves the cops in his office?
Oh God,
And just
drives
drives off.
just drives off, and then the wood chipper scene. Like it's
Yeah.
just
Oh, that's brutal.
iconic film. Damo, you're looking here. How many times have you seen Fargo?
Once.
There we go.
But I watched the
TV
first,
show?
but the first series,
Yeah.
that is, I love it with Billy Bob Thornton
Yep.
and Martin Freeman.
Yep.
I love that. That is in my probably top 5 TV shows.
That first season is very
the first season.
Yeah, it's very reflective of the movie.
Yeah, it
like
is.
very similar. The others are good, but they're a little different
is
to
such
that.
a
But
good
that one
show.
sort of
Yeah.
harks right back to
Yeah.
the same sort of characters.
I couldn't wait each week for when that came on SBS, when it came
Yeah.
out. And it was like, I got to watch Fargo tonight. I got to watch Fargo tonight. And I waited each week to watch it, and it was so good.
Yeah, it's a good show. No doubt. No doubt. Okay, number 2, Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
1992, Western. Really responsible for bringing the Western back,
Yeah.
I think. It had been a long-lost art, maybe only Young Guns and
Silverado.
Silverado, Young Guns 2,
Yeah.
really. But this one won the Best Picture. The 3 leads in this movie are incredible. Clint Eastwood is standard Eastwood, but Gene Hackman is just amazing as the sheriff.
Gene Hackman is one of those actors that doesn't make a
Oh.
bad movie. He's such a good. He was always one of my favorite actors growing up. He's so good in Unforgiven.
Mate, him as Little Bill is
Yeah.
just, it's one of his greatest roles.
Yep.
But what a cast though. You got Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Richard Harris.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? 4 of the best actors that have ever
Yeah.
lived, right? And it's so methodical. The plot is just so perfectly executed, and him then having to get back on the drink to avenge not only the women or the woman, but Morgan Freeman is just far out. Love it.
It won Academy Awards.
Won
didn't
Best Picture.
Yeah, it
It's
did,
won
yeah,
Best
yeah.
Picture.
Just classic Western Clint,
Oh,
right? He
mate.
just is so good.
Very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, number 3. We're going back in time. Going back in the time machine. 1960. Psycho.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock's
Norman Bates.
masterpiece. The first real serial killer movie. Really. Based loosely based on Ed Gein, the serial killer in the States. The book that everyone would know the history of Psycho, that Hitchcock essentially bought every copy of the book so that it couldn't be.
So people had to go and see the movie.
People had to go see the movie. So Hitchcock
Oh my
essentially
God.
bought every copy of the book so that there was already a massive wave of what's happening with this movie. This movie's just next level. Nothing like it had been done before.
No.
Obviously, secretary embezzles $40,000 from a boss. She's on the run. She checks into the wrong hotel, and she meets Norman Bates and his mother.
Yep.
Who are the same
Yep.
person.
Yep.
And that's the last she sees. Iconic.
Even that scene in the shower, it's just the way it's set up. I mean, it's not scary by today's standards, but it is by the
By then, yeah,
by the
back then.
tenseness that they bring into it and the drama
And
just
the noise, the
the
score.
anticipation.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
score.
It just is so. I watched that a little while ago, a couple of years ago. It was such a good movie to watch.
Brilliant.
But I think
so good.
I don't know if there would have been too many shower scenes back then, and I don't think there's too
No,
many
there wouldn't have
full
been.
on knives, blood. But that score is as iconic as Jaws or that is unbelievable.
But that's the thing with it. There's the knife. You see the knife slashing, but you don't see it cutting or anything. Then there's blood in the shower, but it's just the illusion of it all, right?
It would have shocked the crap out of the audience in the 60s.
People were passing out. People were vomiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. Great movie to watch, actually, is Anthony Hopkins' Hitchcock, which is essentially the making of Psycho. Incredible. Obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis's mum, Janet Leigh, gets murdered within the first 30 minutes of the movie, which had never happened before. Happens a bit now, where the lead actress can get knocked off pretty early, but cracking movie. One that if you've not seen it, has to be seen.
Have you seen The Birds?
Yeah. Tippi Hedren. Yeah.
Man, that was when I watched it as a kid. And I remember just being so
as a kid,
scared of
yeah.
those birds.
I went through a real Hitchcock phase as a young man, as a teenager.
Yeah.
Where you discover Psycho, then you do The Birds, and then you start going through Vertigo, and you do Rear Window, and
Rear
then.
Window, yeah.
But I think my favourite Hitchcock is North by Northwest, which is fucking incredible still today. Except he calls his mum Mumsy or Mummy, and he's a grown man, and you just want to slap him. But
I remember he
quality
used to
movie.
do that TV show that was at Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yep.
And there were all those sort of different short scenarios, and that was such a good show. I remember watching as a kid. Just
sort
the way
of a
he's done it.
precursor to the Twilight Zone. It really was.
Yeah, kind of that kind of thing. Short stories that had twists in them.
Yep. No, he's a master, absolute master. Loved a blonde, old Alfred. Loved a blonde. Hitch. Okay, number 4, 1988's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
And I thought we'd mention this because Beetlejuice 2 has just been greenlit.
Really?
Yeah, so they're going to be doing a sequel. They're going to bring back Michael Keaton.
Gina?
No, Baldwin and Gina aren't coming back,
Okay.
which is probably not a bad thing because obviously Baldwin
Baldwin
is...
probably shoot someone.
Well, he just might. He just might. No weapons on set. They've been banned.
Right.
But a great, funny movie. I introduced this to Belle a couple of years ago. She loved it. Obviously, the spirits of a deceased couple harassed by an unbearable family, which are hilarious. Winona Ryder plays the daughter, who then essentially evokes Beetlejuice.
She's a bit of a Wednesday Addams.
She's exactly like Wednesday Addams. And you know what's funny is that Wednesday Addams, Jenna Ortega from the new Wednesday show, is cast in Beetlejuice too.
Oh, is she? Yeah. Right. Yeah. She'd be perfect in it.
Very good. She's great. That Wednesday, that's a really good show.
I loved it.
Really enjoyed
I really liked it too. I really like Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
I loved her face.
She's so small.
She's a midget, yeah.
She is so small.
But she didn't blink, and her
Yeah,
eyes
she was
are just
excellent.
spectacular, and her face, shape is just really cool.
Yeah. No, she's Do you want to? This is a bit.
Yeah.
Each week you're finding someone to be obsessed by.
Yeah.
Right.
It's probably her.
Yeah. So I think today's.
No,
Jenna
it's
or
Holly
something.
Valance this week.
Yeah.
Go and check out the Kiss Kiss film clip.
It's on.
Okay, it's
it's on.
Jenna.
It's on Damo's homepage of his phone.
He's got it on another screen here on the iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Last one. 1986's Platoon.
Yeah, God, that's a good movie.
Is this the quintessential Vietnam film? There have been some great ones. Oliver Stone's almost autobiographical story. Charlie Sheen as Chris Taylor finds himself caught in a battle between two sergeants, the good and the bad. Barnes and
Green Goblin.
Elias. Barnes and Elias. Yeah, no,
That's it.
it's
Barnes and
Willem
Elias,
Dafoe.
yeah.
Yeah, William Dafoe.
Barnes and Elias, and they it's sort of like you have to pick a side.
Well, you couldn't pick.
No.
Mate, who'd be on Barnes' side with bloody Dylan and
Kevin
Bunny
Dillon,
or
Bunny.
whatever? Yeah,
Bunny.
I couldn't stand them. I know, and that's what I just hated them.
Yeah. They were bad,
I
weren't they?
found it a bit too disturbing, this movie. I
Yeah.
didn't really enjoy it that
Yeah.
much because of the fact that they were such dickheads.
Well, I
they
remember-
were bad.
I felt
What about
sorry
they tried
for the
when he-
Vietnamese kid.
When he caught them, what about they all fought together in the, like when they're in the dugout
Yeah.
or in the room, and he came in and caught them. Like, he was just so scary,
Yeah.
so scary.
A prick.
No, he's a bad guy.
Mm.
Bad guy. I love this movie. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's hard watch,
It is
It's
hard.
a hard
It's too
watch.
hard.
but just a great film. So look, there's 5 single word title films that are grouse.
Yeah, I mean, look, how many? Goodfellas.
Oh, there's heaps.
There's
That-
tons.
I
of
sort of
it's
stuck away from stuff
Misery.
that we've
Is
done.
Goodfellas 2 or 1?
That's one word.
This one.
It is
word.
one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one word in the
Okay. Well, they
title.
cheat, don't they, with the spelling?
They do a bit.
But look, look, as you said before, Rocky, Jaws. There's heaps of them.
It's movie master.
There's one you missed.
7.
Oh, this will be good.
No.
No, there's one you missed, and it should have been on the list. I don't know why you didn't put it up there. Porky's.
Oh yeah.
It's got everything. It's got
Oh,
action.
cow. Your affinity with Porky's goes so deep, doesn't it?
It's not actually that good a movie, is it? Like I mean, it's
No, it's not.
back in
It's
the
just-
day. You go, oh
It's-
yeah.
it's absolutely. It was the one. Like
Yeah.
if you were like 9 and you got to see Porky's,
Yeah.
you were like the king.
Was it? Well, the girl was the nickname was it Lassie? What was her nickname?
Yeah,
'Cause she's awesome.
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah,
Kim
she used to
Cattrall.
go up and howl and
Yeah. Oh,
She's a great sort.
I remember, like, there's obviously some bad, some bad things in those movies. But I just remember laughing. There's some scenes in that movie where you just doubled over in laughter
Yes.
as a kid, just crying at it. It's so funny.
Yep. I know.
Very good. Okay, well done. Wow, we've got a very special event happening right now. For his first kick-ass credit song, Damo Giles is on the mic.
Mm. Yeah, well, I figured I might sort of, like as I said, I'm trying to be like Gunther in Friends, and I think he's got a few more lines, so I figured I might have to do a bit of my contribution to the kick-ass credit songs.
Well, it's funny because you were very quick, very early in the week, said, I'll do the song.
Yep.
Which it's usually we wait till the last day and go, shit, who's doing the song?
Yeah.
I know who's doing the song. I just sort of throw it out and go, who's doing the song? See whether someone goes,
Well,
oh,
no,
no, I got it.
The question normally is who hasn't done the song.
Yes.
As in, like, no one's done it, so someone's got to quickly figure it out.
Yeah.
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 And I've been immune. For
Yeah, you've had diplomatic immunity,
yeah, I know.
but now
After my
It's
hat
just
trick.
been revoked.
it has. Well done, Cal.
After the hat trick or the turkey of Born to Watch, it's
You-
been revoked.
Are now officially a Born to Watch team member.
Oh, then I
doing
can get,
your first
I can get my own soap in
Born-
the showers.
Yeah.
You will. First kick-ass credit song, Damo Giles, take it away.
Take it away.
This might take a few takes. I don't know.
They usually do
Mate.
to start with.
Yeah, I just.
Some of the early ones we did, 25 minutes.
I know. I'm
Down
gonna.
took 25 minutes
of
for the first
laughter.
3 or 4
I'm just
of
going
his.
to keep my head down at
No,
my.
don't. One tip.
I need tips. Yeah.
From an old pro.
Yeah.
Don't look at Whitey.
Yes, I know.
Don't look at
Yes,
Whitey because
that's right.
he can't keep his face straight.
That's going to be. Yeah, that's the problem. So my
I'm
head's
ready.
down. Okay, so this is called PSOS times 8.
Okay, I like it so far.
It's a good start, isn't it? All right. His daughter wants to go on a holiday. I know the world, sweetie, and it's not okay. A spotter at the airport shares a cab with them. Mr. Smooth Talk, they tell him everything. She's on the phone with Dad when the men come in. She sees Amanda being taken, things are looking grim. Keep the phone on and hide under the bed. She's dragged away, and this is what he said. Particular set of skills, I don't know who you are. Particular set of skills, this ain't au revoir. Particular set of skills, I will find you, maggot. Particular set of skills, you can't hide behind a baguette. Particular set of skills, sacre bleu. Particular set of skills, I'm a killer connoisseur. Particular set of skills, what say you, Albanian cuck? Particular set of skills. Good luck.
Oh, that's a cracker.
There you go.
Mate, for a first crack,
That was awesome.
that was fucking good.
Yeah.
that
yeah.
tune's going to be in my head all night.
Well,
Particular set of skills.
yeah, I think, when Jimmy Fallon cuts to an ad and they play it out,
Oh, yeah.
I think we can, finish the episode with just that the chorus at the end. I
Okay.
think you guys will be able to do it, and I'll just do the bits that you don't know.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Because the PSOS times 8 is because you say that 8
Particular set of
times.
skills
yes.
8 times, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Maybe we should just be singing the chorus. Particular set of
Well,
skills.
that's what we'll do.
That's what we'll do.
a particular set of
And that's
skills.
how we'll go, like Jimmy Fallon style. Let's take it out.
I thought we were doing the laugh
The
ending.
everyone laughs ending.
Everyone laugh
Or we
ending.
could, whichever one
We've got
we
too
want
many
to do.
options.
No.
So much room for activities.
This is how we do it.
Okay, star of the show, and we can't pick Damo and PSOS
Times
08.
8. Times 8.
Okay, excellent. G-Man, star of the show.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Loved him in this role. I know it reinvented him, but he is just, to me, just does so well as this brooding bad guy, that's just willing to go to any length to get his daughter back. And there's been a whole heap of movies after this that he's gone into that he's been able to bounce this off. So, yeah, I really enjoy that. He's very believable and great role in the action, very good in the action scenes. Really enjoy
100%, totally agree.
his performance.
Damo.
Yeah, well, I'm with Gal. Well, as they say in the Key and Peele valet skit, Liam Neeson's, man. Liam Neeson's. So, yeah, Liam Neeson's.
Yep.
He is the number one. I don't know if you've seen the Key and Peele skit. And then he likes Bruce Willis.
Oh, no, I haven't, but I just think of the other one when he's the roll call.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Aaron and...
Aaron. Yeah, very good.
yeah.
Okay, it's 3 from 3. I'm going with Big Liam.
Liam
Not only
Neeson's.
does he pack a punch, but he's packing something else underneath the slacks.
Oh,
So
is he?
Big Liam.
Oh, yeah, Big Liam, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Big Liam. Big Willem.
Yeah.
Big Willem. Sergeant Elias.
Okay.
Yeah. Madonna confirmed. Yeah,
Well,
so
that's... Should have been listening to this.
it should have been. Well, everyone knows, apart from you, Damo. You're pretending you don't. Okay, so it's a 3 from 3. Look, Taken. I distinctly remember 2008. This movie just blew me away. I loved it. I actually really enjoyed this, even though it may sound like we've taken the piss out of this movie a lot. I actually still really enjoyed watching this for this time around. As I said, the first 28 minutes you can put the big Millhouse on that and cut it, but the next hour and 5 makes up for that 28 minutes very, very comfortably. So here it is, the rank bank for Taken. Got a few options here. Happy to hear you out. We've got bitch ex-wives. We've got
True.
shots in the back.
Yep.
We've got certified pures. We've got electrocutions. We've got vengeful fathers. We've got 25-year-old, 17-year-olds. And we've got particular set of skills.
Oh, come on.
I reckon it should just be set of skills.
Set of skills?
Set of skills.
Okay.
Sets of skills. Is that
Yeah, that or future
plural?
social
Particular
workers.
sets of skills.
Future social workers.
Yeah.
Chandler Jarrell.
It has to be sets of skills.
Yeah,
Okay.
set of skills.
Okay, so we're going to start with Damo here. How many sets of skills are you going to give Taken?
I do love this movie. It's really enjoyable, as I said. So once that first kidnapping takes place, the movie just ramps up and it's just unreal from then on, and amazingly satisfying payoffs and kills, and I loved it. Yeah, so 3.75 sets of skills.
3.75 sets of skills. The G-Man.
Yeah, I'm really close with you here, Damo. I'm 3.75.
Okay.
I was between that and
Did you
4.
copy
Yeah,
off me again?
I tell you
yeah.
what, you guys are sort of maybe sucking each other's wings.
No, look, it's a really good action
What happens
movie.
in the showers after
Yeah.
the shows stays in the showers?
They're
after the
they're
shows?
private showers. it's a great action flick. You can throw this on at any time because you know you're just going to whole heap of action. It's quick, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's an easy rewatch. Easy rewatch.
Absolutely. Well done. I am with you, boys. I really love this movie, but I'm going 4 sets of skills. I think it's an 8 out of 10 movie.
Yep.
I could probably give it more if it wasn't for the first 28 minutes, but
That's the down. Just the
it
cringiness.
is. It's a reverse Morgs on First Blood, where he didn't like the third act, and I think the first act is, if you can stick with the first act, God, there's a payoff. It's like one of the kills. It's like the blanket brothel.
Hang on. Well, we're in France. Let's say it's the denouement. It is a brilliant denouement.
Yeah.
Everything gets finalised. The people get, it just gets resolved.
If you could have this movie sans the first 28 minutes. Now, sans is the French word for without.
Yeah.
That's
isn't
right.
it?
Yeah, that's
Someone
right.
told us that, yeah. So sans the first 28 minutes, this movie is almost perfection. With it, 4 sets of skills. Okay, G-Man, where does that put Taken in the rank bank?
This comes in at 3.83 sets of skills, puts it into 28th spot. Now that is 1 spot below Commando at 3.94. And just above there's Something About Mary at 3.68. Franks and Beans. So yeah, look, that's good. That's a good score for it, I think.
I think so.
Sitting below Commando.
Yep.
Which is about right.
Not as iconic probably as Commando, but
No, not as iconic.
I'd go Taken over Commando, but
oh, don't say that.
Sloane will bloody be breathing down my neck now.
He's gonna throw a
an
axe.
No, look, he's a fan of both of these movies.
Yes,
so
he's a huge fan. As Sloane mentioned tonight, couldn't wait for this one. 60 times.
60 times, yeah, I saw
he?
that. Yeah.
He's
overs,
overs.
big
So
big
yeah,
overs.
that'd be interesting to see his thoughts on where that sits.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's fair. 3.83.
Yep.
Sets of skills.
3.83 sets of skills.
Yeah, that's good. It's in the
Number
top half.
number 28
Yep.
out of 53.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, if you loved Taken, what are you going to love? Damo, take it away.
I've gone for a movie, and I just had this sort of thought in my head, and I couldn't work out what it was called. And I remember Robert Carlyle was in it, and it was like a TV movie, but I think we had it at the video shop. It was called Human Trafficking with Mira Sorvino, Donald Sutherland, Robert Carlyle. It was such a good movie, and it was a horrible movie, but it came together really nicely at the end. But it was called Human Trafficking, and it was a freaking good show. I really loved it.
Good play. G-Man, what do you got?
Oh, look, I was thinking something of the Transporter.
Oh, yeah.
It's Jason Statham. So it's a little bit like that. He's, there's a bit of action. It's a highly active movie. To me, that's sort of similar. I really liked Transporter. I haven't seen all of those series, but I really like the original one. But to me, that's sort of a very similar take.
Yep. Okay, I'm going with the Denzel Washington.
I thought someone would.
The Equalizer.
That is such a good movie.
And one
They're
and two,
they're
both
both
of them are
good
great.
movies,
And there's
yeah.
actually a third one which is being made at the moment. He's so good in this role, and he is so understated.
Yeah.
Like he is the opposite of Bryan Mills. He sort of is a bit, right?
He
is so good, and he's
he's
hero with a heart of
meticulous
gold.
and
I love it.
analytical.
I love that he uses his watch.
Yeah, times things.
Yeah. He's so dark, and I'm not a huge Antoine Fuqua guy, who's the director. He did Training Day as well. Not a huge him,
Mate.
but the two Equalizer films are great.
Oh, they're unreal.
They are great.
I think the second one I was nowhere near as didn't enjoy it as much as the first one.
The first one is excellent.
But and the first one relates to this really nicely with the girls and the prostitution, and he's helping them. And
But the second one, the reason for that to me too is it's a bit flatter because it's the same thing. Like the first one, you don't know that character.
Yeah.
Then you do. So they're very true to the character in the second one, but it is.
Yeah.
He's the same. It's the same thing. Another one like that is Jack Reacher.
Oh, that's a
Tom
great
Cruise's Jack
movie.
Reacher.
Yeah.
It's similar too, where
show.
he's understated. He understands his own
We've
abilities.
talked about the TV show. You've watched
The TV show's unreal.
TV show is amazing.
Yeah.
As is every book. I've got
You've
a book now.
Don't you have Lee Child tattooed on your anus?
Have you read all
Somewhere.
those Jack Reacher books?
Yeah,
I
every
was
single
thinking
one.
maybe it's one. I was thinking I should start reading those.
Start. Go back to the very beginning, and they're great. Like I've got one at the moment ready for our trip away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
to read.
So you've got Lee Child tattooed somewhere on your body part. on your body, but then sometimes it says Lee Thomas Jefferson Smith Child.
Well, I thought it said,
If the wind blows the right way.
Leo Child.
is it next to your Matt Child one?
Oh, dear me. Dear
Old
me.
man.
Okay, look. Another great episode. I actually really enjoyed talking Taken with you boys. Sits well on the rank bank, and it's going to be a movie that'll definitely be revisited again many times. A lot of fun. I think Damo might get up to maybe double digits by the time he's 90 on this
Yeah,
one.
maybe. Yep.
Maybe. Okay, look, we've got a big announcement. It's a big one. Next week is our first birthday of Born to Watch.
Woo.
1 year ago, on the 25th of May, 2022, Gow and I went to the premiere screening of Top Gun Maverick and raced back here in a dead silent car to not mention anything about the movie.
To not talk at all about the movie.
And the production team completely fucked it up, and we had to come back the next day and redo it.
And I'll tell you what was interesting about it. We chose not to talk about the movie so that we could then do a podcast where we couldn't really talk about the movie because no one else had seen it.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So that was a very difficult start.
That was a very difficult
to
start.
try and talk about something that we couldn't give anything away.
But from humble beginnings, come where we are today. We've been in the Nigerian Apple Podcast charts. We've been in the New Zealand Apple Podcast charts. This week we cracked the Great Britain podcast charts for 6 hours.
Nice.
For 6
For 6 hours.
Yeah.
So look, from humble beginnings, you know.
Yeah.
We are where we are now.
Well, if
From
you-
little things, big things grow.
That's it.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. So next week is our first birthday, and
Is this calling for the Billy Brew?
oh, Billy. Oh, Billy. Okay, so we have saved a movie especially for this. I had earmarked this movie early on, probably in the conception phase of Born to Watch, that this would be a big one for us. And when we first started, we were very careful not to pick certain movies because we wanted to do them justice to when we got just a little bit better. I'm still not sure whether we're ready for this one. I'm not sure. But it's 1986's Kurt Russell vehicle, Big Trouble in Little China.
Big trouble.
In Little
In
China.
China.
This is a movie that is so close to my heart, and I cannot wait to dissect it. I've seen this movie a lot.
A lot.
Damo will be joining us, and we think we may be able to get the Dan on the land out of hiding.
Yep.
We've left a breadcrumb. We left breadcrumbs, and we're hoping he finds his way back to the studio.
We maybe should have left a can.
Can of what?
One of his sponsors. One of his sponsors' beers.
Yes, well,
For him. But yeah, look. Hopefully, we'll get him back for the big show.
hopefully he'll be back.
And I'll tell you what, the Stan Bush kick-ass song is already.
You've already written
It's
it.
in the
No,
works.
well, it's in the works.
Yeah.
You know, talking with Quincy Jones, like we're doing a lot of work.
Good.
But look, a little spoiler: we might be going back to the well.
Oh, I'm sure it's got something to do with the mullet. It's got
Well, that's your trademark.
You
know.
got a mullet because you're Burton.
Don't sing all of
Check's
it.
in the mail.
Because you're hurting.
I was going to say. Because the Wing-Kong are hurting.
You could write the song right now, really. It won't take long.
That's how quickly it comes to us, people. It's quite an art form. But look, thank you, Damo, for joining us again.
Yep.
Third in a row.
Yep.
You're
Hat
a
trick.
piece of furniture now. G-Man, well done as always. Until next week, we've got a particular set of skills.
I don't know who you are.
Particular set of skills.
This ain't au revoir.
Particular set of skills.
I will find you, maggot.
Particular set of skills.
You can't hide behind a baguette.
Particular set of skills.
Sacre bleu.
Particular set of skills.
I'm a killer connoisseur.
Particular set of
What
skills.
say you, Albanian cuck?
Particular set of skills.
Good luck.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Born to Watch. To join us on our journey into some of our favourite movies of all time, you can find us on all good podcast networks like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you like what you hear, Give us a 5-star review and share with your friends.